In this video, I'll review one of my subscribers' t-shirt Etsy shop, and I will tell you what would I do to get more sales on this shop. My name is Artur and I've been selling on Etsy for 3 years now. I have several different Etsy shops and I'm always keeping experimenting with different products. Take a look at Voice Etsy shop and, for example, sarcastic quotes on t-shirts. That's a great sub-niche idea. So first of all, t-shirt niche is overcrowded. Why? Because it's popular and it's on surface. And if you go to YouTube, the first you will see the video about how to open t-shirt Etsy shop. And obviously, because it's on surface, everybody goes and try it. How to compete in those hyper-competitive markets like t-shirts? I think you have only two options to compete here. First is to make better listings, better designs, and spend few years getting reviews and improving your Etsy shop, and in a few years maybe you will compete in those big players in that market. But actually it's a hard way. There is much easier way, is to find narrow, low competitive ideas, keywords to start selling faster. But how to know if your idea is competitive or not? The best way is to look at keyword score. The easiest way to measure it is using analytic tools like Everbee. There is a free version and link is in the description. Keyword score is basically the ratio of search demand to competition. And high score means high demand with low competition. And it's obviously easier to rank in those keywords. And low keyword score means that there is low demand and high competition, and it's harder to rank. For example, if a keyword has 1,000 search and 1,000 competitors, the score is 1,000. That's a formula that Everbee uses. That's excellent, but if the same keyword has 2,000 competitors, the score becomes lower. It becomes 500. That's why I recommend focusing on keywords with score 100, 200 or more. And when we check your shop, we see that many of your listings don't have strong keywords. A good keyword score is usually 100 or higher. Now let's look at competitors' shop and analyze their listings. For example, this one. As you can see, they have much stronger keywords with higher scores. That means that they have higher chances to rank and make sales. The next thing I always check is pricing strategy. As I told before in previous videos, lowering your prices isn't a good strategy. Actually, the best way is selling at average price at the market. When we check with Everbee, most top t-shirt sellers are between $18 and $28 plus $5-7 for shipping. So your pricing is already fine. Another key factor in this niche is the number of listings. Because it's so competitive, you need a lot of designs to cover different audiences. Now let's see how many listings have most of your top competitors in your niche. To find out, I use the same section, Product Analytic, in Everbee. So simply, you should click on them and go to their shops and check how many listings they have. When we check top competitors, most of them have 200 listings and more. That means that you should aim to publish as many as possible. So you just can't compete in this hyper-competitive niche by having just 100 listings. And it's very easy to make listings in print-on-demand niches. There are so many tools that help you to create mockups. So just try to create at least 3-5 new listings a day. Your sales will grow faster. But here's an important advice. If you have a lot of listings, don't upload them in one day. Actually, I tested it in a lot of my shops, and if you have few hundreds of listings, for example, it's better to spread them out and post 10 listings a day, 5 listings a day, but not 50, 70 listings a day, because it's too much and Etsy algorithm works against you. And you will just waste so many listings and you won't get a lot of traffic. The next thing is free shipping. I'm not a big fan of free shipping. In most cases, people are fine paying for shipping themselves. Offering free shipping often cuts your margin, while conversions don't improve as much as you might expect. So I wouldn't recommend it, and it's usually better to add a reasonable shipping cost. Luckily, free shipping isn't a must-have on Etsy yet, so you don't have to add it if you don't want to. How to find more growing tips on Etsy. Now I'm gonna tell you the most simple but very strong secret of selling on Etsy. Before launching any new product, I go to my competitors and research them. And I always ask myself one question: what do the best competitors in that niche have in common? What photos are they using, what description, what upsells, banners, some triggers, what are they doing similar? If most of your competitors doing some things, that means that they work. I'm not a big fan of idea of being completely unique because in most cases it doesn't work. The easiest way to start selling in any niche on Etsy or in any other marketplace is to copy the best approaches of your competitors. So, what are potential conversion killers in this niche? First is no discounts. I don't see any discounts in your shop. As we can see, your shop doesn't have discounts, but almost all successful sellers in that niche have discounts. I think in the clothing retail niche, discounts are such a common thing that not using them feels strange to buyers. Shoppers are used to seeing discounts, and when they see you don't have one, the question pops up. Why should I pay full price here, even everyone else is offering discount? Yeah, it might sound kind of silly, but it works. So the next thing that I found out in your Etsy shop that there are no visual triggers on your front photos. Unfortunately, you don't have them. When a buyer is searching for t-shirts, they see thousands of very similar pictures, and that's why you need to give them something extra, not just the photo itself. So try to add text overlays like unlimited proofs, fast shipping, made in United States. Here are some examples of your competitors doing it. The next interesting thing that I found in most top sellers is the kind of video they make. Your video looks nice, but it feels a bit like stock footage, too polished, and that can make it harder for people to trust it. Some of your competitors use simple self-shot videos. The lighting isn't perfect, the camera shakes a little, but they feel real. One of these low-quality videos is selling over $9K a month. Now people don't just buy a product, they buy trust. There are so many shops that have perfect videos, and it's very popular thing now, user-generated content. And it's a trend because user-generated content looks natural and builds more trust. The next thing is there is no t-shirt color banner during the selection. When you select color, the buyer should see exactly the banner with all of the colors, and it's crucial. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the review and some tips might be useful for you. If you would like me to review your shop, just send me your shop. Under this video you can find the contact. Don't forget to subscribe and see you in the next video.